So he is doing a very good job, and they were of just zoning that lane entirely. Not too much something we've talked about, but you don't have to necessarily attack the opponent in your lane. You can simply zone them out, and that means that they know during a trade of damage, you're going to do a considerable amount more, so they will not want to trade damage with you, which makes them back off. Hence, you are zoning out your opponent. It's something they did very good up top.
Yeah, absolutely true, and still they're controlling this game right now. Again, TSM taking over that golem buff, doing an excellent job there. Again, that one's going to go to them. They're just continuing to hold this map over. 7.5 thousand gold in the lead. And TSM are not giving up anything yet.
Yeah, they have not. All turrets stand. Let's see the damage on these. Not too much indeed either. So looks like TSM only losing about 5% of their bottom turret. And there's another one destroyed. Great job by Xpecial roaming around the map, taking out Dyrus' lane there. He is going to back. Dyrus is going to give him a little bit of trouble. Not think much was going to happen, but he's still being a pest. We can see now down in mid, a little bit of farm for Dan. Dan, as everybody's milling about the map, looks like we have a lot of blue pills, and it's going to be a black cleaver on Vayne. So going for really the attack speed instead of the damage on this one. There's quite a bit of damage to be had with the black cleaver as it shreds that armor resistance per shot up to 3 times. So you're going to see Vayne really focusing that condemn on, and just that person will go down.
Absolutely. Let's see, who is the richest champion in the game? Well, 8K and Karthus, which is hilarious. He's got 8K, and the next highest on the on EPIK is 5,000, and the mentioned 4,000. So Reginald, super rich. Also 2K of his next teammate as well, which is that Yorick up there. A very rich person. He's happy about that one. Salsy trying to catch up, but not doing so just yet.
Looks like 400, just about 400 gold away, 300 gold away for Rabadons for Reginald. We're going to be seeing who else has a pretty nice build up here. There's a Brutalizer on Riven, as well as that BF sword. Probably going to see the Bloodthirster coming out as well. West Rice likes that build. Let's see what we have on Yorick. Like you said, Yorick going for the Manamune.
Yeah, but Dyrus pushing right up to the turret right away. Actually already pushed down Rainman to about half health and is staying on it, but looks like left-hand side TSM pushing through. They're 4 strong here, and Teleport is up on the Rainman, so it's an easy 5v4 if they want it.
There it is, teleporting in.
Salty trying to get in there into the fight. There's the spam. Dan is falling, but everyone else dropping right away. Wester's going to fall as well. They pick up Karthus, and Jax should still be pushing. Karthus goes down, no extra kills picked up there, but now they're poised to take over on this Baron. You can see they've used the quote of West Rice in that battle, or not West Rice, but Chaos. And right away that Baron, and no one's even going to try to stop that.
No, doing a very nice job here of map control, moving really with power and numbers, and you can do that when you have every turret up. That first line of turrets being down allows TSM to kind of mill about the front half of EPIK's jungle, and that leaves you with opportunities to pick someone off. The more opportunities you have, probably the more kills you're going to get, and that's what we are seeing here. They got caught completely off guard, and they pinched themselves right between that blue for a full crescendo, and it really did not work in their favor. You had Yorick doubling up on Chaos, and there were 2 Vaynes running around, not something you want. A very good push, the Baron, and now it looks like they are going to go ahead, push their lanes, get a reset on, and continue to use this Baron buff.
Indeed the case. You can see they're trying to find something to do to win this game. They're now down 10,000 gold, and they're just slipping away from them. They still have at least one more game after this. They need to win everything after this if they want to win this tournament, though. This game is slipping away from them for sure. If they can turn this one around, it's just one map to go until victory. We'll see if they can do it right now, though. They've not found anything that's worked so far. Dan, he tries to go into initiate. He's been maxing defensive ball control, but it hasn't been enough for him just yet. We'll see if he's able to do any more here. Just constantly taking down these jungle monsters. Has that Shurelya's for his team. And I think the best thing they can do right now is just have Jax farm, and become this unkillable monster. He's got everything but the recipe now for Gunblade. That is a very big deal if he can finish that. If Salsa can get a death cap, if they can get to the point where they can actually just push through and destroy the enemy Karthus quickly. They need to kill Karthus quickly here. Maybe they have Dan taunt them away, I don't know what, but Reginald is so incredibly farmed. He's got Sorcerer's Shoes, he's got 9,400 gold, 400 current. He's a rich man. He's got a death cap. He's got a Rod of Ages.
Yeah, the overall average gold, 10,000 more, actually 12,000 more now, as they actually just grabbed another dragon. That'll be up at 2640, I believe it was. So at 2640, we'll have to see if there's any action towards dragon. Again, they still have Baron buff. That is only halfway done. They have a lot of time to work with that. We'll have to see what they choose to do. Yep, they're clearing wards. They have a lot of focus on this bottom jungle. That's going to be a steal on red quite easily for them. That's going to be all in the favor of Chaos.
Yep. And he's exceptionally far ahead right now. He's doing so much damage. He has a Bloodthirster already. He's got the Zeal. He's got even the Negatron cloak here. I'm surprised he's not building armor. Apparently he's more afraid of Jax than of Riven. But 63 armor is something that Riven can chop through. So we'll see if that ends up playing that way. Let's see what they can do.
A few pushes top lane here. Looks like they're focusing 4 on it when there's 5 in middle. 3 to 4 go top just to push a lane. They're down a turret on that. Very different from EPIK here. A little bit of a mistake for sure. And it looks like they may lose turrets out of that positioning.
Yep, they're going to push on through. The wall of pain is excellent from Reginald. And they're going to push down to this inhibitor turret. That one's fallen. They're on now to the inhib. Everyone is here. They're ready to go through on this one. They've still not yet initiated the haste come out from Sona, but they're not a big enough deal here. Reginald, another wall of pain comes out. And that is the inhibitor for solo mid. They got a pretty much free push. EPIK knew they could not initiate that fight. They're just very, very far behind right now. Now, if EPIK can get to the point where they can win a fight at a turret, maybe it's the Baron buff was the difference there. And Baron buff was harsh, and they had to just sit it out because Baron buff was too strong for them. But if they can get to a situation where they can defend at their base and farm up. If Riven, now above 100 minions, finally has that BF sword going for a Bloodthirster next, she's going to get to the point really soon where she's able to actually kill that enemy Vayne. She can just chunk down that Vayne. The ult will come off, do a lot of damage to the whole TSM lineup. They've got Salsi in there, damage to the whole lineup. Direct significant single target damage, but Dandy with Tremors, Soda with the ultimate there as well. They have decent AoE. They can pick everyone down a little bit there. And if you can make Reginald kind of die to AoEs while they kill Vayne, that's enough to win a team fight. But they need the gold to make this happen. Now, it's good almost for them that the inhib did go down. These minion waves are going to start pushing to their front door. You see Salsi farming kind of at the safety of his own doorstep. Not going to get caught out just yet. Riven going to head up towards top. A little bit afraid. Wants to stack that Bloodthirster. 0 stacks right now. It's actually very important that she gets stacks there because those do scale all of her abilities from the dash, the shield from Valor, damage from Keyburst, and the damage from Broken Wings as well as the ultimate. Really needs more AD, and the lifesteal not pretty important there as well.
Indeed, as they begin to push their lanes, we see Reginald down bottom, sporting that blue elixir, his own Woda, the Rod of Ages, and the Rabadon's very powerful right now. 502 ability power coming out of Reginald, especially if you walk through that wall. That is going to shred your magic resistance, and that will not hurt, or that will not be good for you, rather. And it looks like we're going to have another push on the bottom lane here. They do have everybody focusing, as we do see Rain Man up top again. He's going to start split pushing with that teleport up. Everybody has their ultimates right now and summoner spells up, so this is a full fight for both teams. The Shirellia initiation on. Who are they going to focus? A flash on to Maokai. Odd One says, I can do it too. CC's him up. Oh, wow, huge damage from Salsi coming out. Absolutely dropping one. Vayne goes down in a few seconds. Reginald still alive and goes for him, and it looks like they will be able to take him out. Reginald actually still alive in general with a sliver of health as he goes down. Yeah, beautiful job there. The focus was actually to Reginald's ghost and not Reginald. He only has about 10% health taken off.
Yeah, he's in pretty good shape here, and I think it was actually a mistake by EPIK. The initial jump in was perfect. They destroyed Chaos so incredibly quickly. He didn't even get to use Flash. His Flash is still up and ready to use from cooldown because he was CC'd that entire time and blew up so incredibly quickly. But then they're like, oh, well, KX is dead. With the Ghost of Reginald, we should totally go in right now and totally die to Defile and everything else. And they kind of jumped in there. But they all willingly went back in. You saw Dandin Powerball and go back in there. Riven jumped back in there. Salsi kind of got caught, and they could have just let Salsi die and fight a 4v4 and let Riven do some more damage when her cooldowns came back up. But I think EPIK were a little bit too excited to jump back in there, and it did not work out for them. And, I think that was just a tactical mistake there in that battle where, they had the right kind of initiation. Of course, they're down in that battle. They were probably going to have to trade at best, even with a great initiation. They traded 1-for-1, but then they could have probably gotten out and not lost so much of their base. But the second inhibitor now also dead. Mid gone still. Baron's going to respawn before too terribly long. Ice skating Vayne. Pretty awesome. Yeah.
That's what I was styling.
Winter Olympics are in a while. Come on now. It's the right season, but the wrong year.
So here it looks like they're focusing a little bit on Baron. We are going to see Dragon in the next 40 seconds here, so Baron as well should be coming up soon. I think those timers are going to kind of meet with each other. We'll have to see how that plays out. Looks like Vayne takes off her ice skates, starts to farm up top a little bit.
Actually, am I wrong about the Olympics? Is it 2012, like in January?
I'm not making that statement because I don't know either.
Freak watches sports, obviously.
So it looks like they're kind of milling about here by the Baron. They do have an Oracle on Alistar. There's a Shirelia's initiation, slicing Maelstrom from Kennen, but there's too much magic resist to be had in that amount of tank. There goes the kill coming into the hands of Reginald. They will find Westrice as well. Dan Din goes down in the Fury. Win, the next to be going down. Karthus ulti to be the one to initiate that final HP damage. And there it is again. EPIK says we are not playing the game we need to be playing. Let's think about this one again, guys. Let's see what we can do for next game.
Indeed, a victory for Solo Mid. They are one map away now. One single game, one single win away from taking this one over and winning MLG Providence 2011. However, EPIK right now needing to go 2-0 to take this one for themselves. They need 2 straight wins. Can they at least pull back one? I want to see a game 7.
Now, here's a pretty scary thing that EPIK's probably thinking about is this lineup, despite like Yorick and Vayne and Alistar, but the main combo of Maokai and Karthus, not really used a lot by them. So what do? Do you ban them and let them play their mains? The other characters that they have at a better variety?
Well, they're going to get first pick again, which means they don't need to ban things like Graves.
Right.
I think last time they fought a Cassidy, it went fine for them. They had, when they fought LeBlanc, it was Swain beat it. I don't think they died to a Karthus either, or a Cassidy either. The last game, the one that they lost, I don't think it was Cassidy. Maybe I'm wrong. But at this point, I mean, Karthus is crushing them. I still think it was a kind of a mistake to grab that fast Sona and then kind of pick a lineup that wouldn't work there. But I think they know what they need to do to win this one. I'm not going to speculate on it too much. I think EPIK knows what they need to pick and ban, and we will see some different things come out here. But before that, we are going to head over to the floor with Travis, who has some information for us.
Hey guys, I am here on the floor again, and you know what? There's a lot of energy in this room right now. The audience is going crazy. Every time there's a big team fight, you can hear them in front of me right now. Big group of people. And you know what? There's also a lot of energy in the pit right now with the players. TSM and EG, you guys don't get to see this, but there's a ton of communication going on. Before every team fight, before any Dragon, before any Baron, Dan, Reginald making the calls, the team discussing how they're going to engage. It is intense. It's just something you have to see to believe. You know what? I'm excited to see what they can do. I see TSM doing these wins. They're making this comeback. I think that they might have what it takes. We'll have to see, though. Back to you, Freak and Rivington.
Hey, guys. I just want to... You were the afterthought. I'm sorry. He's like, back to you, Freak. And Rivington. It's okay, Travis. It's okay. I get it wrong all the time, too. Don't worry. I can't remember anyone's name ever. But we are actually waiting for the game to get hosted up. It is, as I said, in the best of 7. It is 3-2 right now in the favor of Team Solo Mid. They need to win one single more map. EPIK needs to go 2-0 in a row to win this tournament. I hope they at least win one. I want to see a Game 7. And, hopefully, I think they're discussing right now the picks and bans they need, the champions they need to remove and use.
This picks and bans is going to be very big. I think we're going to see some different pans from EPIK.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely true that they've got to say, well, maybe we bring out the Heimer this time around. Can he land against Karthus well? I'm not sure.
I think Yorick in general is going to be a ban. Because we weren't even really thinking that you could double the Karthus and just defile all over the place.
Yeah, I don't.
AoEs.
I don't know if that one actually stays alive though. I know certainly if you kill Karthus, he'll revive and have it, but generally the clones they don't keep the spells on. If that's actually true, then that's a whole new reason to go double undead. But I don't think that's the case here specifically. Some people say that actually Vayne Silver Bolt actually doubles up, and that's part of the reason why Vayne Yorick is so beloved. I'm not quite sure though, but TSM piling into the purple team right now. The game is hosted. All 5 are in. EPIK have Dan Din in the game, and the rest will be filing in very, very shortly. And they have first pick for the 3rd time in a row. And trying to think what they're going to do with this. I think, we see actually Dyrus heading to the forums, maybe Googling one of the guides there, seeing what his next
then
build
he has to
might
go to
be.
TSM site. Check out what the
other forums too.
No, yeah.
Forums too. You never know. It could go both ways. But yeah, I think that they did not get ahead. That basically it was Reginald, and it wasn't even Karthus specifically. He was playing Karthus, and of course Karthus scales really well.
Yep.
But it was Reginald playing so very well. He won his lanes thanks to the odd one. He won team fights thanks to being